Praises and cheers, everyone. Just wanted to talk to y'all about a really important conversation I had at some very sacred hot ponds recently with a couple of brothers. We was talking about the simplicities of the hijack, right? The simplicities of the hijack in the modern world, and how you can easily get yourself out of these hijacks through the simplicity codes. So that's all we're looking to truly share with the world is simplicity codes, because the hijacks have made it so based in complexity, and like it's a different level of mysticism that has no actual relativity to the science and spirituality of the world that most religions are in the world. So we want to get it back to the simplicity codes, give the codes of what's truly going on inside of this universe and other harmonic universes. So the main thing that has been funding and fueling the hijack is the matriarchal codes have been erased out of the ascension mechanics. So when we're talking about getting closer to God in most contexts that are being played out in the third dimensional and below, the third chakra and below collective, we're talking about getting close to some man. In actuality, when Jesus was talking about other prophets were talking about other 12 strain DNA based prophets were talking about the mother and the father. For instance, when Jesus was talking about his mother, he was talking about his earthly mother, how she has angels. Everything that you actually see is a part of the earthly mother. The angel of fire or sun, the angel of water and ocean and rivers, the angel of earth and herbs and fruits, the angel of air and breath. These are the mother's angels, the earthly mother, Mother God's angels. Now, the religions have took it and made it to have an immaculate birth, or Jesus' mother that he's given praise to is Mary and such. And in actuality, he's given more praise. If you actually look at what Jesus actually said, Yeshua Ben Sananda Melchizedek Panthera. When you look at what he actually said, he's given way more praises to the earthly mother to help you ever even understand the Heavenly Father, because a lot of context knew back then that you can get up in some heavens, but you won't be super grounded, and you don't need to be there for a long time. That's like you traveling, but you want to have some certain groundedness to your travels. So the only way that you actually got to the earthly mother and you're not in the trap of Satan, Shaitan, or any of these other more darker Anunnaki angelic forces, is through cleaning yourself with the earthly mother. All right, so we're getting somewhere. So now you know that all things that you see are based, all the magic that you see is coming from, especially if we're going to the actual prophets that have created these religions, is from the earthly mother. It's from the earthly mother. How she can heal you just by you putting your feet on the ground. How she can heal you just by you looking at water. How she can heal you by drinking water. How she can heal you. And she's doing that through her different angels or angles of light. Through the sun, through the water, through the breath, through the herbs and the fruits. She says, eat from her, don't eat from mankind. Drink from her, don't drink from mankind. Look at her, don't look at mankind. Breathe from her, don't breathe from mankind. These are all things that have been prophesied a long time ago that you would want to know of. That you would want to know of in these times. Because in these times are still the same times as back then. You know, no matter where you're at, if you're in what time period you're at, if you're in a third dimensional aspect, you're in a third dimensional aspect. And so what you need to know is that even when you ascend to higher dimensions, you can only get to the Father through the Mother, because the Mother is the guardian of the densities. You might want to be able to get to higher dimensions, and that might be very much like a very ambitious thing. You know, getting up to the 15th dimension. But the Mother literally says, the prophets literally say, the Father literally says, you cannot get to the Father without passing through the Mother. And guess how many dimensions that does the Mother actually resonate inside of? 15. All 15 dimensions. All 15 dimensions are from this yin-based energy, this very relaxed, calm, purposeful, connected base energy. Now, when you get to past the 15th, you have a little bit of, time with the Father, and you're like blasted off into the infinite lines of inertia. Sure, but as soon as you get back into light and sound, where you're actually having a gaseous, crystalline, plasmic based body and a liquid crystalline body, yeah, you're going to be inside of the Mother. You're going to be living inside of the Mother and her womb, because that's pretty much what you need to transverse any experience is a womb. You need a womb to get into any experience in this world. Even if you get in a spacecraft, you're getting inside of a womb. Alright? And you're traveling with inside of a womb. So, this is why when you were learning ascension mechanics, you were supposed to be learning practically womb mechanics. Womb mechanics. We talk about the Merkaba and such, right? We're talking about a womb. We're talking about womb mechanics still. And so when it comes down to really seeing the Matrix for what it is, it's really all about how there is no mother inside of a lot of religions and government structures. There's no mother inside of it. So there's no womb inside of anything. That means nobody has their power of their space and time matrix. They don't have the power that comes with the space and the time matrix. They're just kind of lost at sea. You don't have the power of your density, and you don't have the power of your dimension. And so how could you ever rise to your higher chakras if you don't at least get to the heart chakra that can actually get you out of just constantly dying because you don't know the womb mechanics? Staying in samsara and maya because you don't know the womb mechanics. You don't know the womb of samsara. You don't know the wombs outside of samsara. You don't know the wombs outside of that. And it could take a long time for you to upgrade your DNA strands so you can get to the higher chakras and let those higher chakras upgrade your DNA strands. It could take a lot of work. But if you don't have a foundation that a lot of these religions even came from, and then hijacked the foundation so that they can have all the womb energy, and that you can be just stuck with phallus energy, sticking to the yang, and never seeing that you need the womb to even get you to a certain, state of mind that you can even ascend from. You got to see, the mind is a womb, the heart is a womb, and the gut is a womb. Stick to the yin, but know the masculine. Know the yang, but stick to the feminine. This is the biggest hijack. The biggest hijack. Because once you knew the feminine, rather than just like the scriptures of the Father and whatnot, you would actually be able to see, Satan doesn't stand a chance. I can go ahead and utilize all this great water and all this great air and all this great sunlight and all this great earth, all this great matter of the matrix, the Maya and the illusion that I'm living in of separation, to get me back to unity consciousness, because I don't have the parasites that are separating me. It's literally all that simple. This duality and the separation in the beta waves that says the I am is the bondage. All else besides Wei Wu Wei is bondage. All else besides Wei Wu Wei is bondage. All else besides Wei Wu Wei is bondage. And Wei Wu Wei is the code to the mother womb. And so you are bounded to your beta wave, brainwave breath patterns, when you can actually be just one with the mother, really relaxing, really soaking in the actual matter that you live in, rather than being lost somewhere in your psychosis and neurosis. Because you got brain parasites, which are the Satan demons that you could be cleaning out just from the herbs and the sunlight and the grounding and the breathing. These angels, literally the earthly mother's angels. It's like literally that simple. Y'all want to get to the Heavenly Father so bad, you got to get through 15 dimensions. That's 15 chakras. That's 5 different levels of density that you need to get through to ever get to the Father. And if you don't know how to transverse in any type of womb time matrix, then yeah, you get into higher, states closer to Allah and God and Jehovah, etc. There is, I won't even go into how, like, these gods that have been the hijackers are actually races of alien beings, extraterrestrial, multi-terrestrial beings that aren't at the point of full unity consciousness, but they are harnessing the powers of really powerful egregor-based scalar mathematics in the universe. And they're tampering with the genes. They got the souls on lock. But all you need to know is that, look, the earthly mother is saying, like, yo, whenever you come back to me, you can actually understand this. You can actually not let your tongue tempt you into all the riches of the ego world, the beta world, where you are trying to upgrade something that is not upgradable. You can't upgrade your beta waves, because as soon as you get to alpha, you don't even want none of these things, because you're enjoying a different time matrix already. You got to understand that the collective is in a beta matrix, and when you get into theta, you're in now a theta collective matrix. You can leave the matrix whenever you want, but you have to really get yourself healthy enough. Go get healthy so you can see the yin energy of the reality, the more relaxed, unified energy of the reality. All right. So when we're talking about the earthly mother, we're talking about her angel of sunlight, her angel of water, her angel of air, and the angel of breath, her angel of herbs and fruits that can help you get all the foul, disgusting acidosis, dehydrated demons, clots of mucus, etc. out of your supercomputer intelligent body and actually allow her higher chakras, her higher dimensions, her higher densities to formulate more strands of DNA inside of your code of what your soul memory is going to take to the next reality, the next parallel. The next parallel is like, yeah, bro, come on. It's not next as in next, but it's next where you will body hop into. You will be seeing another parallel that will either be based in the virtue slash chi, because remember, virtue is chi, that you're doing this reality to express your heart and your throat chakra and your third eye chakra. What you can do with these three chakras will determine whether you actually get to a higher dimension of Earth, which is Tara or Gaia. Whether you will get to a actual density that will, actually be where your earthly body is at. Will you still be a carbon-based mortal, or will you be a silica-based plasmic mortal, a crystalline immortal? Will you be immortal your next reality where you are shedding this body from? It is based in whether you are doing the actual work of the higher chakras. And you can merge with those now because we do have astral projection through the meditation codes that are being uplifted and unveiled, especially as we get closer to 2027. You can use those codes and actually live simultaneously with that parallel that you are most closest to shifting into. So, you have the codes now. The easiest way for all of us on Earth, if we're talking about the collective, is to see what actually makes the collective. It's the lower chakras. It's the lower brainwave state. It's beta. It's the breath algorithms, the thought algorithms that are all beta. That's what it is. And you can hop out of that and be your individual self whenever you want, or stay stuck in patriarchy, stay stuck in the hijack. It's really up to you. But the more that you do this, the more that you affect the tribes on Earth. The 12 tribes on Earth are waiting for you to actually do your individual empowerment so you can be a part of the 12 tribes. Again, the 13 tribes once again. And actually influence the collective to say, hey, yeah, like everybody that's in the carbon, constituent chain on this Earth has the ability to go through stargates, even in third dimension. You can have enough strains to go through stargates, even if your body was based in the third dimension. So you can actually enhance yourself to immortality here in the third dimension. Even if they're in the first and the second dimension, it's all really just carbon based. So you can allow yourself to see the map unfold for what it truly is. Your minor city powers are waiting for you to come online, and the gifts that you can give to people are your virtues that give you more chi, give you more prana, give you more ka. And they were waiting for you to come online and give to people these higher chakras. So that's the matrix, y'all. That's the hijack, y'all. Share this video. This is Baba Rave. I'm, just chilling here in a beautiful place, and I'm getting these codes non-stop. And it feels great. It feels like there's no pressure. There's no rush. I don't got to do nothing. I literally do not have to do nothing. I don't need anything. I don't want anything. I'm desireless. I'm just chilling. I'm just a little baby in the mother's womb. That's it. I am desireless. I'm a baby in the mother's womb, and I'm learning the womb more and more. And every single time I'm learning it, I'm getting overfilled with it, and then I give from that overfilled state of my self-love. That's all it's about, y'all. That's all it's about. Praises and cheers. That's literally all it's about. We can go on, making the science make sense, making the spirituality make sense, making the religions make sense, making the politics make sense, making the mind make sense, making the breath make sense, making the bodies make sense, making the light and the sound make sense, making the scalar make sense, making God make sense, making the brainwaves make sense, making the sun and the Christ make sense, making the stars and the planetary alignments make sense. We can make it all make sense. Making the uniqueness make sense. Making your individual uniqueness, we can make it all make sense. But besides that, we are just chilling in the mother's womb, and we're getting the mother's code so that we can actually express the matriarchal 15-dimension 5-density universe for truly what it is. And see how, our 9 chakras inside of that are what really make us uniquely individual, so we can actually have our empowerment, so that we can get to that Christ state. That's all it's about, is getting to that Christ state where we're getting into those higher strands of etheric DNA. You know what I mean? They're there, they're waiting for us to actually resonate and intertwine our particles with, our particle with, our neutrinos with. So, for us to travel through all the stargates of the universe, we just got to know the womb. The womb mathematics, the womb mechanics, the womb matriarchal flows of yin, of feminine. Alright, well, praises and cheers. Till next now. Let the self-love hit you, resonate deep inside of your blood, your bones, your mind, your core, and transform you from the inside out. Transform you. Let the alchemy be real. Let the alchemy take you to a place of implosion. Imploding from the inside out. Let the bliss literally implode from the inside out. Praises and cheers, family.